No, Martin, who's this handsome fellow? I'm waiting for
Fellow Rotarians, this is a special day for me. It's the day that we do what we're here for. We do community service for our Livermore schools and the rest of our community. You're probably wondering why your program chairman is doing this. Last year at the Rotarian Foundation board meeting, Dick Fields asked for someone to become grant chairman because Beth Cafferty was going off the board. And it was death silence for about 3 minutes. I couldn't stand it. I finally, okay, I'll do it. I remembered the talk I gave about don't be a rhino, don't be a Rotarian in name only. So now I have 2 jobs, grant chairman and program chairman. Today, we're giving out $54,720 to 9 recipients. Our grant committee consists of myself, Lori Souza, Dick Quigley, and Dick Fields. We want to give those everybody a big round of applause. Our board consists of 10 members from each club. And if all the board members, please stand and be recognized. Any of the board members that are here. Thank you. Tuesday of the month in the Livermore Library. And we couldn't do any of this with Gretchen. Please stand up again. Gretchen has so much for this. The grants, how she organized these grant applications, she made it so easy for me, and I could not have done it without her. I'm so appreciative to Gretchen. So now, if the grant recipients will come up and line up in the order of the number on your badge, on your name. The other thing I want to comment while they're line up over here, please. Right out of the light. That at each table we passed out a summary of the amount of money our foundation has given out since 1999. We've given out over $1 million to this community. And take those home with you and read them and absorb them. I had them printed out for each of you so you can really appreciate what a wonderful organization you're part of. So we'll start now. Okay, now I'm going ahead and let me throw the first one out. Our first recipient is our own Karen Collin, Bob Collins' wife. She represents the American Association of University Women, and she's receiving $1,800. Karen, come over here. Where should we stand here? Give us a 1-minute talk about you and your organization. What are you using the money for?
The American Association of University Women thanks the Rotary Foundation, allowing us to provide 2 scholarships to 2 girls from Livermore to attend a Tech Trek Science Math camp at Stanford this summer. And this year, the American University Women Club in the Valley sending 8 girls. And it's pretty exciting this year because 7 of them are from Livermore. Every middle school in Livermore has a girl this year, so it's really exciting. So, thank you.
Next is Sandra Wing from the Wing Healing Therapist Foundation. She's receiving a grant of $4,000.
The Sandra J. Wing Healing Therapies Foundation provides funds to cancer patients in the Tri-Valley area. The funds that we're receiving today from the Rotarian Foundation are going directly to Livermore cancer patients. And the funds are for therapies that traditionally aren't covered by insurance. So it's acupuncture, acupressure, therapeutic massage, and 2 mindfulness techniques of guided visual imagery and deep breathing meditation work. And so we're really, really very blessed and very grateful to the Rotarian Foundation for this beautiful grant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra. Next. Oh.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
Next, we have a Livermore native, Catherine Baker, who's with the Community Children's Health Access, which is a branch of the Livermore School District. Catherine is getting a grant of $5,000.
Arthur.
Yes, so my maiden name is Fortner, my married name is Arthur. I'm a nurse for the Livermore School District and the Community Children's Health Access. I can thank you for continuing to support us. Really what we do is we fill in the gaps. I'm one of 5 nurses for the school district. We fill in the gaps for their medical, optometry, dental services where kids who have come, they've lost their Medi-Cal because of family situations, they become homeless. Really it's helping them to provide, to remove those barriers that a lot of them face because of life situations. So thank you again for continuing to support us and really helping those kids in need through the Livermore School District. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Now we have my attorney, my trust attorney, Beth Trudner, who's here representing Shakespeare Associates, who's getting a $7,000 grant. Beth?
I'm here on behalf of the Livermore Shakespeare Festival, and we are tremendously grateful for you, to you for helping us with our second year of Shakespeare in the second grade throughout the district. We piloted the program last year at Joe Mitchell, and it was tremendously successful. Kelly Bowers asked us if we could possibly get it district-wide. With your help, we were able to, and we're going to be able to continue that next year. And again, thank you very much. If you're interested in someone who's actually witnessed it firsthand, Lori Souza was in one of the classes. It's really fun to watch, and the kids are so receptive.
We now have Jessica Delaney from Abode Services, who's receiving a grant of $5,000.
Thank you very much. Abode Services is a homeless services agency that has programs all across the Bay Area. We have several programs in the Tri-Valley that help homeless individuals and families. And the funds that you've granted us today are going to be used specifically for a supportive housing community here in Livermore to do a healthy eating on a budget class for those folks. A lot of them are on very limited income, and most of their food comes from the local food banks, which traditionally are non-perishable foods that come in a can or a box. And this program is really going to help folks to have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and be able to teach them how to prepare those meals in their homes and hopefully increase their nutrition and overall health. So thank you so very much for your support. We're really excited for the program.
Thank you. Lynn and Monica is from Sunflower Hill. They are receiving a grant of $5,000.
Hi, Sunflower Hill is very, very thankful to you for this donation. We're an organization focused on special needs adults, working to build a community as well as programs for special needs adults. And this grant will go towards the garden, which I run here in Livermore. It's on the Hageman Ranch, and it's a 1-acre garden where we train special needs individuals from middle school and above. We have schools from the entire Tri-Valley coming, as well as adult programs in how to garden and how to grow and eat really healthy food. We also donate the food to nonprofits or to low-income families and food banks. We harvested 7,500 pounds last year, and we donated 5,500 of that to Open Heart Kitchen, Shepherd's Gate, Tri-Valley Haven, and one other one, Maryland Junction. So thank you very much. It's an extremely helpful program.
We have 2 representatives from our next foundation, Rains in Motion. It's an excellent program. They're going to tell you all about it. We have Kathy Kempton and Marcia Kellum.
It's actually Katie Kempton.
Oh, Katie, I'm sorry.
That's all right. We are Rains in Motion Foundation. We work with horses and special needs kids and adults. For a very long time, we have wanted to develop a program for veterans. So with this grant, we're actually able to work with the VA, and we're starting our Horses for Heroes program. We're very, very excited and extremely grateful to be able to finally get this off the ground. So thank you very much.
Here at Rains for almost 3 years now, and I was just telling someone at the table that other than the day with my grandkids, a day at Rains is the best day of the week. It's something that everyone should come out and see, and it's just amazing what we've been able to do for kids. Thanks to Katie and the other teachers.
The grant was $820. Now, we have one that I really enjoyed introducing, Monica Burkweldel and Sue Ackerman. They're getting a grant of $12,100 for Granada High School to buy 32 Chromebooks. And, yes? At our board meeting, Dick Quigley suggested that we get stickers to put on these Chromebooks so the students will know where they came from. And John Gordon printed up these stickers that'll go on the Chromebooks, and they say donated by Rotarian Foundation of Livermore. So you take those stickers.
Thank you. I'm a teacher at Granada High School and a parent of a sophomore. So this grant of $12,000, which we thank you so very much for, will provide us with a self-contained Chromebook cart, 32 computers that will already be accessed by over 1,000 students this part of the year. So it allows us to level the playing field for those kids that have different learning abilities and also economic backgrounds, because we'll provide them with the use of a computer. And our premise is global connectedness, and so this will allow kids to delve into issues that interest them, help solve problems so they can communicate and collaborate on a global level.
I'll just add, global citizenship, you know, is more important than ever in this 21st century. We're all connected more and more electronically, so electronically, socially, in every different way. So this is a way for these kids to communicate across the globe to other people and hopefully make a change for the better, for peace and understanding. And in addition, I wanted to add that we're going to actually turn these into a screensaver. So it's not just going to be a sticker. It's going to be every time they touch the computer, they will be thanking you.
And finally, we come to Calico. They're receiving a grant of $8,000, and they're represented by Catherine Jameson.
I'd like to start by saying thank you very much. My name is Catherine Jameson. I'm a forensic interviewer with the Calico Center. We're located in San Leandro. We conduct forensic interviews for all of Alameda County. We're a multidisciplinary center, so that means we work with partner agencies, all of law enforcement for Alameda County, as well as Child Protective Services and the District Attorney's Office. We conduct interviews for sexual assault victims. This year we're scheduled to see over 800 children. As an interviewer, I have talked to children as young as 2 years old. We work with young adults up to age 18, and we will do interviews for developmentally delayed adults. Livermore Police Department is one of our partner agencies. They bring all of their sexual assault victims to the Calico Center. This grant money that we are receiving today will allow us to continue doing that work. Our goal at the Calico Center is to conduct the interview. We produce a DVD that is then used in court and can be defended in court. So again, thank you very much. Our goal is to not have to receive these grants because we want to do away with child abuse in Alameda County. But for now, we need the money. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to thank our friend Al Frank for all these beautiful visuals he does for us, and they make the meetings and everything else more enjoyable. If you look at these pass-out that I had prepared for you, you see that we've given out $1,144,000 since 1999. Gretchen prepared all this for me, and I think it's just terrific. You can see where the money, who we gave it to, how much we give each year. And our corpus at this time, as of April 1st, has $1,146,000 in it. Our bylaws mandate that we give out 5% of the corpus at the balance of the December 31st of the preceding year. So that's how we came to the $54,000. After we could have given out a few hundred more. Our bylaws also mandate that all our funds go to youth in Livermore. So every time we get a grant, it has to be for youth in Livermore. Some of the grant recipients do work outside of Livermore, Pleasant, or Dublin, or San Ramon, but they also honor that the money we give them will just go to student people in Livermore. I'm going to talk a little bit, because we have some time, about the history of this foundation, how it came to be. When I was selected to be incoming president in 1984. One of the perks you get to be when you're incoming president is you get to go to the international convention. Now, the president before me got to go to England. The president after me go to Germany. I got Las Vegas. Never get a break. And while I was in Las Vegas, though, I met a man from the Seattle Club. And he was telling me that one of their members died and left the club $1 million. And they put that into endowment, and they give out 10% of that every year to the Seattle community. And you know, 10% in the 80s was a reasonable amount of interest to return. But you can't do that anymore. There's just no way you can make 10%. You're lucky if you can make 3 to 5%. And when he told me about that, and then I met somebody from the Oakland Club who told me they had their own foundation, and they give about $150,000 a year out to their community. And I got thinking, why can't we have one? So we had an attorney in the club, Burke Critchfield, and I asked Burke, could you do the legal work and get a foundation approved for the IRS, so we'd have an IRS number? And about 4 months later, Burke comes to the meeting and gives me the paperwork, and he said, here, it's all done, you got a number and everything. And if Burke hadn't done that, we would have never been in existence. But Burke did that for us. He retired, and he lives up in the San Juan Islands of Washington. The idea was that we would raise $1 million eventually, and then we would give out a percentage of the corpus. And that was our goal. That's why there probably wasn't much given out before 1999, because they were still in the process of raising money. I chaired 3 golf tournaments at Castlewood in 1987, 88, and 89 that raised a total of $40,000. That was seed money for the foundation. And then things happened, and Mike Thompson started putting on galas. He put on gala for the earthquake in 1989, but then after that we started doing galas at Castlewood for our foundation. And that started bringing in $60,000 to $80,000 a year, and then people would make donations. The donations you make to the foundation is tax deductible, and we're recognized as a tax-exempt organization. And I hope you consider this. The other thing that I had in mind when the foundation was started is that people would leave part of their estates to the foundation when they pass. We've only had 2 members do that. Al Camp and Dave Murtis left a donation to our foundation. I'm surprised at some of the members that we've had in the club that were very loyal Rotarians, that Rotary meant the world to them didn't. And that's part of why I'm here today, to encourage you to look at your trust and consider leaving something to our foundation. If we don't get more money in every year, eventually that 5% chipping away at it is going to dwindle down to nothing. And we can't let that happen. You see the good we do to here and the appreciation from the recipients. I read last night about Warren Buffett and the giving pledge that he and the Gates couple started, where they go to billionaires that they know and they commit to giving 50% of their wealth to charity when they die. And Buffett's leaving 99% of his estate to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Pretty neat stuff. So I guess that's about it. Of that, I did want to mention of the $1,022,000 we've given, $275,000 went to the school district. So I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank you all for being part of this great foundation and hope you'll support it in the future. Any questions from anybody? TJ?
Marty, in the early 90s when SELF was about 30 years old, it was able to give loans of about $100. And we started to get a little more serious. The foundation gave us $3,000 for 3 years running, and that was the beginning of building a corpus to the size that we now have. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks, Marty. How about a hand for these parliamentarians? I do have a little bit of time left, so that's always dangerous for everyone out there. So what I am looking for right now is someone that has an excuse or a reason to join the President's Club. Anybody out there that did something and want to fess up? I'm looking for one.